Alright guys, welcome back. We have found another match for your viewing pleasure. We're going to head and get their clock started. On the left we have Marc Raschella, a local hero, playing Green Red Tron versus the very amiable and very friendly Nathan Morris on the right. He's playing the Sun and Moon, which is the Red White Prison deck.
Oh boy.
So we have Marc on the play. Excuse me, let me adjust the score. Nathan is up a game. This is game number 2. Okay, so Marc is on the play, and he has turn 1 Expedition map. Nathan is going to pitch a Simian Spirit Guide and play a turn 1 Stony
Silence.
Wow.
Well, so that's really going to slow down Marc getting to Tron.
Yeah.
Especially since it doesn't look like he's got natural Tron. Okay, definitely doesn't.
I was almost wondering, okay, I was like, if Marc didn't bring anything in to answer Stony Silence, we might see a concession right here, and that's the shortest feature match of all time.
And that was that natural?
That was Nature's Claim.
Nature's Claim, okay.
So that's going to kick Nathan up to 24.
You know, we have Nature's Claim, Natural Obsolescence, Natural Lies.
The new one, Natural Slate, or...
Yeah, Natural State. Yeah, that's one.
Yeah, that one. That's the one.
They use nature way too many times.
I disagree.
For enchantment.
All right. Ancient Stirrings. Marc Raschella is going to stir the pot. And we have Mr. Morris playing a Rugged Prairie, an Expedition Rugged Prairie.
Oh, boy.
And filtering it into a second Stony Silence. So Marc is going to cast Stir the Pot here, and he needs to find an answer to this Stony Silence, but he's found a Ghost Quarter. Unfortunately, Ancient Stirrings doesn't really dig for any of his cards that answer.
Yeah, he really needs a Sylvan Scrying here more than anything. And
there's a Blood Moon. Ugh. Well, all of Marc's answers are probably green, so he doesn't really have any way to dig for them. He just has to draw them.
I mean, he is green, red Tron.
So he has Nature's Claims and Noxious Revivals to bring back his Nature's Claims if he boarded those in.
Right.
And the only way that he really draws cards is by cycling those artifacts, which he can't do with Stony Silence in play.
Right. And I don't know if Marc is aware of this, but he can still activate the Chromatic Sphere, I believe, even though the Stony Silence is there. Is that not correct? Because it's technically a mana ability.
Yeah, it is, but Stony Silence doesn't exclude mana abilities.
Oh, it doesn't? Okay.
Like, so the land Darksteel Citadel,
right?
You can't tap it for mana.
I did not know that. I thought you could always
no, only if the card specifically says that it excludes mana abilities.
Okay.
So Marc's going to cast an O-Stone and kick it back. I think Nathan is just looking for a win condition here, like a Planeswalker. Actually, we're going to look at Mr. Morris's list. Win conditions. He has 2 Chandra Torch of Defiance, a couple Gideon Juras, Nahiri the Harbinger. He does have the Emrakul and Monkey Beats. Our head judge Ryan Wolf's his favorite win condition, Monkey Beats.
Monkey Beats, you gotta explain that.
Simian Spirit Guide.
Casting
that, yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, so this is Banishing Light. That's a promo Banishing Light, exiling the Oblivion Stone.
Man, it seems like Nathan has an answer for every single thing Marc's got.
Foil, that really pops.
That is shiny.
Yeah, that looks great on camera.
Some deep blues and purples in there.
It's like she's just planeswalking right into the booth to kill us. And we saw what she did to those vampires last round.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm no vampire. I don't know if I could survive getting thrown into a stone pillar.
So, Nahiri only has to tick up one more time to be at 8, and then on the next turn he can go get Emrakul.
Yeah.
So, Marc has to find an answer to that Stony Silence ASAP, because he can take one Emrakul hit and keep a green source that hopefully he can draw another Nature's Claim to then answer the Stony Silence, but this isn't looking good.
Yeah, I mean, he can take an Emrakul hit, but can he, can you really recover from that? He's going to get a 9
I've seen
6.
I've won after an Emrakul hit. It doesn't happen often, but it can happen. And also, if Nathan decides to get greedy, he can tick Nahiri up to 8 and then minus her on the next turn, or tick her up to 10, minus her on the next turn, so she gets to keep her alive.
And there is a foil Chandra.
Yeah, and that one looks pretty good too, on camera too. Not as good as the Nahiri.
Not as good as the Nahiri. The Nahiri looks really
And there's Chalice of the Void. Chalice for one, and that'll counter any natural nature's claims. Man. And here's Nahiri up to 8.
Nathan has got the lock.
Oh man, this is the battle of Hoth and Marc's the Rebel Alliance right here.
Yeah. I mean, Nathan, his deck is blinged out, except, I think he's losing points for not having a foil Simeon.
Those are ridiculous expensive.
Are they really?
Like over $50.
No way.
They are a total gorgeous foil, but they are so expensive. I can't blame him for not owning those.
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, they're ridiculous. They were printed one time in a very small set that wasn't opened a lot, and they are very widely played. A card that a lot of players think will be banned in Modern at some point in the near future. And by the way, here's Emrakul Aeon's Torn.
Yep.
Pop quiz. What is the gender of Emrakul?
Female.
I
know that, man.
I'm sorry. I forget we're both Vorthos here.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's Emrakul. He's going to swing. Here's Annihilator, and Marc's just going to extend the hand.
And that is another really fast wrap-up for matches.
Yeah.
Do we try to find a third match for this?
We're going to kick it back to us. Hi, guys. I fear that we won't be able to get you a third match. So we're going to spend a couple minutes talking about some stuff we have going on here at the store, and then we're going to pop downstairs and see.
All right.
But thanks for watching. Once again, I'm Ryan.
And I'm Kurt.
And we're broadcasting from Four Horsemen Comics and Gaming in Morgantown, West Virginia. We have 2 other great locations in Waynesburg, PA, and in Clarksburg, West Virginia. If you're local, you should pop down to the store because in about an hour, we're going to start our TCG Player States Rebound event.
Man, is it that late already?
Yeah, it's 3 o'clock. I know. It's going to be a long day. I've already got a couple brewskis sitting in my fridge getting cold.
Oh, boy.
Anyways, so we have our Rebound event at 4 o'clock. It is $10 to play if you play in States. Otherwise, it's $15. It's a regular REL Modern event where we add an entire booster box of prize support for every 8th player who joins the event. And that's going to kick off here at 4 o'clock in about 1 hour. So if you're local, why don't you stop on by? I'd like to play in it.
I would too, but I'm stuck up here with you.
Yeah, well, thanks, Kurt. Glad to be working with you today, too. Anyway, so there's that. Also, if you aren't familiar with us, you should check out our Facebook page. We do a weekly show every Tuesday night at 8 o'clock called This Week in Four Horsemen, where myself and the owner, Ron Davis, we broadcast and we talk about what we have going on weekly in the store. So check that out. And we also do a video game stream directly after that called Telltale Tuesdays, where Ron and I play through one of the Telltale games where I'm the controller and he's my conscience and he has to tell me what to do. Currently we're playing The Walking Dead.
Oof. And you should switch that formula up sometime and put Ron at the helm of the controller.
I have tried.
That would be hilarious.
I have tried to get him, but he's like, no, I can't do it. I'm like, Ron, all you have to do is push a button.
He needs more pressure from his staff than it sounds.
He does.
To do that.
We're gonna make him switch at some point because I'm tired of him getting me killed. Because I'm the one who's always getting their ear gnawed on by a zombie.
Right. Yeah.
We need to switch it up so that he's the one getting it. But definitely check that out. That's Tuesday nights, This Week at Four Horsemen and Telltale Tuesdays. If you're somewhat close, if you're in the area, we do a lot of great Magic events. We have our Four Horsemen game nights on Wednesdays that alternate between Modern and Proxied Legacy. Commander nights on Thursdays. I know you're a fan.
My personal favorites. Oh yeah, I love me some Commander.
Friday Night Magic, we do Standard and Modern every week. We're starting to try and mix some drafts into that later in the night. We also stream F&M every single week. And Kurt and I are always here. If you like us, then show up and we'll talk to you.
Yeah, for sure.
We also do some sort of weekend event every single weekend. Usually on Saturdays. This one ended up being on a Sunday, but normally you can see some kind of grinder event from us on Saturdays. All right. So, did you have anything else you want to throw in there?
No, I think we pretty much ran the gamut of what is going on in the immediate future. A lot of sweet things going on.
We have next weekend. Next Saturday we have a Proxy Legacy grinder with cash prizes. You can use proxies. They do need to have the full text. It's not sanctioned. You will need to get your proxies approved by the head judge before the start of the event. Weekend after that is Modern Masters release weekend. We will be doing drafts, possibly some sealed. That Saturday we're going to have a Modern Grand Prix trial for Grand Prix Montreal. And then we also, after that, we have we have Amonkhet pre-release to look forward to.
I can't wait for Amonkhet.
Amonkhet Open House, Amonkhet Standard Showdowns. We have 2 or 3 Grand Prix trials for Grand Prix Las Vegas. Oof. We have some great stuff coming up.
A lot of stuff coming up.
Mm-hmm. It's an exciting time to be a Magic player.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Nicobolas, he's coming back. I can't wait.
Nicobolas, I'm super excited. Yeah. Liliana and crew heading to Amonkhet to fight Nicobolas. Yeah. Do you think they're going to kill him? Do you think this is like the end game?
Magic won't kill Nicobolas.
But what
he's too good of a villain.
He is, but one of the criticisms that I've heard of Magic storylines current is they
don't kill anybody.
They also keep rehashing the same villains, the Eldrazi's, the Tezzeret, Nicobolas.
Right. So, I believe I read an article one time by Marc Rosewater talking, or maybe it was
another person of
Brady.
Yeah. I don't remember.
Am I thinking of the right guy?
I think you are, but I don't.
The head of the creative team.
Mm-hmm.
Can't remember his name exactly. Was talking about why they don't kill the villains off, and it's because they plan out these big arcs, and they worry that they can't bring the iconic villains back. So, I mean, they do little things. Mm-hmm. They killed Ulamog and Kozilek, but they left Emrakul alive as a potential future threat.
We may see her in the future, hopefully way down the future.
Right. Nicobolas, he is a behind-the-curtain factor in just about every set.
You know who he is? The perfect allusion to him? James Moriarty.
Yeah.
That's him to a T.
But he's back. I think he'll definitely... I think it's high time that he suffer a major defeat. I don't know if that necessarily...
Well, I mean, he did lose to a Johnny. But, I mean, it's not the same. Because there was constricted circumstances around Nicobolas. It wasn't like a straight fight.
Right, yeah, it was a weird, tricky plot armory type of thing.
Deus Ex Machina, Cat Planeswalker cannot lose.
Right, so I think it's time that he suffers a legitimate belief due to the combined efforts of the Gatewatch.
Yeah, which now includes a Johnny.
Yeah, which is super dope because I love a Johnny.
I love a Johnny too.
Even though I don't. He can't 1v1 Nicobolas. Let's be real about that. I mean, I know he did officially in the story.
But the 6 of them...
Yeah, the 6 of them stand a chance. And
although, you also have to take into consideration it's not going to just be Nicobolas. Tezzeret's also...
Right, and Nicobolas is the God Emperor of Amonkhet, so he's going to have the 5 gods.
He controls the entire plane because he created it.
Right, and so it's hard to go knocking on Nicobolas' door and saying, hey, we're going to beat you on your home turf. Yeah. That doesn't happen. But I think it will somehow.
They're going to defeat him somehow.
Yeah. But
although, let's be real, the creative team is not above destroying an entire plane. Like, remember Mirrodin?
Right. Well, I mean, Mirrodin's not destroyed. It's Phyrexia.
It's new Phyrexia, yeah.
Well, it's new Phyrexia. Yeah. I think he'll lose. He won't get killed. I mean, it doesn't make sense for Nicobolas to get killed because of how powerful Nicobolas is.
Right.
He's never been killed. The closest we got was when Tetsuo Umezawa blew up his body like thousands of years ago and trapped his brain in the meditation plane, and he couldn't gather enough mana to remanifest on Dominaria.
Yeah, he had to take time to...
Right, and then, but he always found a way around it. He is the single strongest entity that we know of in the multiverse. He's the oldest that we know of. I think the only other Planeswalker that at one point was able to match him in power was Ugin, who is a factor potentially in the Nicobolas conflict. I think he definitely is going to want to...
I just read the last Aether Revolt.
Yeah.
And they end it by with a debate amongst the Gatewatch as to how to proceed.
Right.
And Ajani says we should travel the plains and gather the allies.
Right.
So
they want to get as many planeswalkers,
which
as
means
can.
that this could end up being like everybody. Like, let's get Tamio, let's get Ugin.
Right.
Let's get everybody.
But Tamio refused to join the Gatewatch.
Right. Mm-hmm.
She's also possessed by Emrakul.
She is, but I'm just saying, like, they could if they wanted her, they could construct a circumstance where she can.
I think after Amonkhet, or maybe a few sets down the road, because they've spoiled the kind of Mesoamerican Atlantis-looking thing. If that actually is a spoiler.
It is,
it
is. It is.
So,
no, it is, because they released the packaging. Oh, okay, so that
was like test packaging.
Well, but the test packaging for Amonkhet
is the
actual packaging for Amonkhet.
Which Magic has done this before, and people have called them on that.
I think they just goofed, and they need to own up to it.
With Tezzeret on Kaladesh now, getting the Planner Bridge, how does that wrap up?
So, spoiler alerts, if you intend to finish reading the Aether Revolt story and have not, you might want to mute your computer for a few minutes. So how it wraps up is that Chandra and Gideon use the legendary Thopter. I forget what it was called.
The Hope of Girapur?
Hope of Girapur.
Yeah.
Heart of Kirin is the airship.
Yes.
And Hope of Girapur is the Thopter. But Chandra and Gideon, powered by love, not really. They basically... Dovin Bond disables Heart of Kirin, so they're not able to use it to attack the Planar Bridge.
Right.
So Chandra and Gideon go on a suicide mission to basically just ram Hope of Girapur into the Planar Bridge and destroy it. And at that time, Liliana is fighting Tezzeret in front of it. And when they do that, it brings like the whole building down. And the Planar Bridge is destroyed, but nobody dies. They somehow magically survive.
Right. So I have a theory that maybe after the set that's after Amonkhet,
Hour of Devastation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be a Phyrexia setting up. Tezzeret...
The block after Amonkhet or the set after Amonkhet?
The block...
So the...
Not the Atlantis one.
Okay, so after the Atlantis.
After the Atlantis one, I think we're going to see Phyrexia come back.
I would like to see
Magic
the Phyrexians back.
reuses those things. It's been a while since Scars of Mirrodin. And so the last time we saw Tezzeret before Kaladesh was on Phyrexia.
Yep.
He was basically a praetor. He didn't have the title, but he had the army backing him. He was his own independent factor on that plane. And then all of a sudden, with no explanation, he's on Kaladesh, another plane, very artifact heavy, very technologically advanced, another great target for a place like Phyrexia to come take over.
What if he was trying to...
I think he was trying to build the Planar Bridge to bring
the Phyrexians to Kaladesh.
Because that is technology that the Phyrexians in the past have used.
So
portals.
Here's the question: is Nicol Bolas? He was doing it for Nicol Bolas. On the that's what he said.
Right.
So is Nicol Bolas in league with the Phyrexians, or is Nicol Bolas using the Phyrexians to destroy Kaladesh?
I think if it comes down to it, he's definitely using the Phyrexians. Nicol Bolas, he does not have allies. Let me see here.
The next round will be up soon. I believe we had 66.
66, I think, was the final number.
Yep. Yeah. I actually think that they should be close.
Yeah, we can definitely head down and go see who our next match is going to
be. Maybe we'll get to Vorthos on you guys some more later. I'm sorry about that. We just kind of just went off. But we're going to pop downstairs, see how close we are to round 4. We should get you guys some more Magic to watch very soon. Thanks for watching. Once again, I'm Ryan.
And I'm Kurt.
And we'll be right back.